is Kendra Brazell. I am a mixed media artist living in Florida, and if this is your first time on my channel, this is my second YouTube video. I'm just flabbergasted by the response that I've got from my first video. People have been so generous and kind, and I really appreciate it. And yes, anyway, thank you. So thanks for being here. Today I am actually getting ready to go on vacation. I'm leaving tomorrow to go out to California to see my kids. That's where I actually lived for about 16 years. So I'm looking forward to going back and visiting some friends and spending a couple weeks with my kiddos. But I did want to get on here and make another video for you guys. Just like I said, I'm just so blown away at the response. So I definitely want to keep creating for you, and I'm gonna take the time to film today so I can post this while I'm on vacation. So today I'm gonna do something a little bit, I'm gonna try to go a little bit slower through the process, and I'm going to focus on just using like 2 or 3 kind of colors. So it's not so crazy, and we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna flip around the camera and we'll do a painting. Okay, I've got the camera flipped around and I've laid out a sheet of my mineral paper. This is the 11 by 14 size, so it's a little bit bigger than my last video. I'm gonna walk you through the colors I'm gonna use. I'm gonna keep it a little bit more simple. I'm gonna be using some pinks and blues. So I've got 2 actually different magenta watercolors. This one is a dye based, this one's pigment based, but I really do like to start with this one. I'm not really sure why it seems to be magical for me, but I think maybe it helps with the spreading out of the colors. I'm also going to use this white. It's a Chinese white, also one of the pigment based. I'm going to use this fluorescent blue golden high flow, and then I'm also going to use this Titan violet pale. So as I usually start out here, I like to go about 1/3 of the way up or so for that kind of horizon line that I make. So just kind of start going like so. Next, I'm going to drop on some of this white. Just helps tone down this pink a little bit. You'll notice that I'm kind of dropping the pigments in the same sort of place. I think on the last video I might have said I like to go dark to light with these, but I think I actually like to go light to dark, or maybe I don't really have a preference. Anyway, stay with me. I love this fluorescent blue. It's really bright. It's noticeably thicker than the last color I used. So I think with the varying degrees of thickness and consistency is really what helps make this technique work. It makes, keeps the colors from just mixing together rather than they just more kind of react to one another. Now this is the ink, which I forgot to mention at the beginning. Still new at this, walking you guys through it. This I don't necessarily drop on top. I tend to drop it in those in-between spaces. It's kind of funny having to dissect this process because I'm just really not used to you know, talking it through, I guess. So anyway, I'm gonna take some water now. Careful not to hit my line. I'm also pretty tired. I usually only work part-time, 10 to 2, and I put in 2 full days getting ready for this vacation. So it's much later in the day than I'm used to starting here at the studio. And again, I don't quite go all the way to the bottom, and I go about 2/3 of the way up here on the top. So I'm gonna wet the brush, and here we go. This is really pretty. I am really just, I'm barely touching the paper. It took me a long time to, I don't know, figure out how it worked the best. I definitely encourage you to just spend time playing if you're interested in figuring out this process. I think a lot of what I've learned is just, you know, trial and error. And for me, it's kind of the best way to learn. Here I'm just dropping a little bit more water here because I didn't really get quite the kind of a blob here. Not really loving the way that looks, but just adding very little water. I love watching this. Ugh, I just watch it all day. So, I'll grab a cup here. Again, I'm gonna use this pipette to draw out some of the liquid. Maybe I'll fast forward through this because it's not that exciting. All right, so we're flipped around here, and I'm gonna give you a little look here at the painting. It is really pretty, really happy with the colors. I also wanted to show you guys my little setup for filming. This is how it's kind of evolved over time. I realized pretty quickly that I would not be able to have any overhead light when I film my painting because of the water. It leaves a reflection. So I do have my lights on half of my lights on now, but I do turn those overhead ones off when I film. And then I use these tabletop LEDs to help light from the side. And that other ring light is because I was talking. So anyway, I'm probably gonna go ahead and get out of here because I have packing to do. And although this isn't quite dry, it's pretty close. So this is very close to what it will look like when it's completely dry. It's just got a few little damp spots there. So anyway, I just want to say thank you again for tuning in, and I will see you next time. All right, well, that was super fun. I love how this painting turned out, and I hope that you enjoyed watching along as I created and learned something maybe. If you have questions, please don't hesitate to ask. I will either do my best to respond to everybody's comments, and if there's something I can address in a future video, I will do that as well. Anyway, I appreciate you once again for hanging out with me today, and I hope you have a wonderful day.